Hello Scorpio, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your weekly tarot forecast. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And you may want to check out the other videos that pertain to your sun, moon, or rising signs. I think that'll give you a much more dynamic picture of what's going on this week, all right? So this is a general reading. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And if it does, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to this channel. Now let's see what is going on with you, Libra. Well, we've got a 3 of discs. All right, let's put that into some context with our Dove and Serpent spread. And that is, wow. Okay, that's going to include this mystery card, this bonus card, confirmation card, whatever you want to call it. We're not going to reveal that until the very end, so stick around. And hopefully that will tie the reading together or give us the confirmation that we're looking for. Okay, so right off the bat, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, we've got a lot of major arcana here. Okay, we've got a lot of fire, got a lot of air, don't really have a heck of a lot of earth. We have some earth, different kind of earth. We're going to get to that at the end too. But right now we got to deal with all this major arcana. I think there's a lot of heavy forces, a lot of powerful forces going on in your life right now. And it may feel like things are just kind of out of your control. Maybe there's just this sense of like the universe is just happening, your life is just happening, and it's overwhelming, and there's not really a lot that you can do about it. Or it feels that way, it feels a little bit powerless. The first card that we had is that 3 of discs. So I feel like, you know, as the only real earth card or discs, coins, pentacles that we have in the reading, except for this last one, but we'll get to that. As the only discs here, the only earth card here, I think this is saying that the situation literally is about the life that's happening around you, right? I think you feel a lot of kind of overwhelming, maybe change going on in both your mental world, in your heart, your emotions, and in your physical world, right? In all 3 realms, I feel like there's a lot of change going on. And we also have the Death card. So the Death card is telling me that, yeah, this is about a major like transformation, a major change, major kind of growth. But with that growth, there's like these growing pains, right? There's this kind of overwhelming or even frightening energy that's going on with all of this change that's happening. And we can't really pinpoint where this change is occurring or how it is coming about. You know, I don't know the exact details, but I do know that it's affecting you mentally, emotionally, and physically, right? So this change is something that maybe is going on in the physical world. It could be a change in your health or fitness. It could be a change in your living situation, a change in your work situation, a change in your physical environments. And that is affecting both your emotions and your mind and your thinking, right? So with the 3 of discs, it really is kind of something that's really overwhelming. It's affecting every like area of your life. You know, it's not just some mental stress, it's not just a physical, it's your whole being that's affected by this. It's a major change going on. And we're going to see if we can put that into a little bit more context. In the recent past, I see either the giving up of something or like a sacrifice or a suffering kind of vibe. Okay? And this reading may get a little bit serious, so if you are looking for just, you know, puppy dogs and kittens, you might want to go and look at a different reading. Okay, this is going to be kind of serious. And it's looking like to me that there might be either a decline of health or something in the physical world related to that, like maybe a loss, maybe a decline in health, maybe an injury. I see some sort of a sacrifice of health and well-being, and that could be in the form of, you know, physical suffering, an ailment, an injury of some kind. Okay. Maybe this happened, you know, in the past a little bit further, maybe a few years ago. Maybe it's something that you've been dealing with kind of for a long time. And maybe you're realizing that your life is kind of changing because of that. And that this is something that is not really going away. And it's something that you just kind of have to accept and deal with and learn to live a full life with this still going on, right? It's something that I think you can't really solve, can't really get rid of. So it's about adapting to that and learning to live with it and still have a wonderful, fulfilling life. Now, I can say that I relate to this a little bit. About 10 years ago, I had to have an emergency liver transplant. And I thought my life was over. I thought literally that my life was over. But I also thought that I would never live a happy, fulfilling, active life again, right? And now, 10 years later, I'm realizing that we can really adapt to just about anything, right? It kind of is one of those, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger kind of vibes, right? And I think that might be a little bit of what you're going through. Maybe not that serious. I hope nothing that serious. Okay, but I think it is something that you're learning to live with, something that's affecting your physical environment that you have to adapt to. And I think we're going to go here to the Tower next. See, a lot of major arcana, a lot of heavy stuff here. The Tower card, I think, is showing us what this reading is about in a nutshell. And this, I think, is what feels like the destruction of your life, right? Like the life that you knew is crumbling down. It's gone. It's being destroyed. It's completely gone, and you have to rebuild from scratch, right? You're kind of starting over. That's what it feels like, right? And I think with the Hanged Man and the Death card, I think that is probably an accurate way to describe how you're feeling. That is you're powerless to prevent this or to fix it or solve it. And it's just kind of happening. It's just, things are just crumbling down around you. Now, I don't want to be dismal or morbid, and I don't want to put that energy out there, right? But I have to read the energy as I'm kind of receiving it and feeling it, okay? We're going to move on to one more card that it might be a little bit negative, and then I promise it's going to get better. So beneath the surface, we have this mental frustration, this feeling like you're just so overworked mentally by this, that you've tried every avenue, every solution, all of the thinking and negotiating and talking and communication and reasoning it out, thinking things through, trying different ideas, that it's just nothing seems to be working. And it's like the end of your rope, kind of, with trying to figure this out using your mind, using logic and communication and your reasoning abilities, right? In the mental sphere, I feel like you're stressed out by this. I feel almost like you've tried a million different things, nothing seems to be working, and it's frustrating, right? This is the mental aspect of it, where you feel like there's nothing you can do to prevent this tower energy, this tower from coming down, right? Because these two cards were directly in line like that. So you just feel like this tower is coming down on you, and there's literally nothing you can do to prevent it or get out of the way. You've tried everything that you could. You've tried reasoning with it, negotiating, and it's still happening, right? So the next card that I see, and this is the immediate future, well, I see a Knight. I see a Knight of Cups. I feel like this is either a water sign person in your life, or this is just something from your inner self or your spirit guides or something. But I'm getting this feeling like you're experiencing this energy as a separate being, a separate intelligence or personality, right? So it could be a literal person, a loved one, friend, family member. It could be a stranger. It could be a doctor, a nurse, professor, whatever. But it's somebody that gives you some form of inspiration. And again, this could be a part of yourself, your own inner being, your spirit guides, that's manifesting as a separate entity. Okay. And I feel like they are swooping down, they are rushing into your consciousness and bringing you this gift of hope and inspiration and energy and love and passion and nurturing and support, all of these great water qualities. But I feel like it's maybe when you've just about given up, when you think that there's no way forward. I feel like that's when you're going to experience this entity. This, again, it's going to feel like a separate entity, but it could be a part of you. It could be your higher self, your inner self, spirit guides, guardian angel. But you could experience it as a literal person, your brother, sister, mom, dad, boss, son or daughter, whatever. But you're going to experience it as a separate person, a separate entity. But they're going to be bringing you this hope, this inspiration. Now, it's not that your hope or inspiration lies in someone else. It's not that you're so powerless you have to wait for someone to come along and save you. No. But this person that you're experiencing, this intelligence that you're experiencing as a separate person, is going to initiate that part of you. So this is coming from within you, but it's going to be just kind of unleashed by something that you experience as an other, right? I hope that makes sense. Leave me some comments. Let me know if this is resonating with you. We're going to move on, I think, to the path of the serpent here and see if we can get a little bit more of a projection into the future or into kind of where this energy is flowing. All right. Now, this is a very emotional reading for me, just because I understand how this might feel to some of you. If this is resonating, I could be totally off the mark here, but this is allowing me to kind of re-experience some of these feelings that I had these 10 years past, you know. But what we see here is some Fool energy. Now, this is air, this is expansion, this is just kind of almost like our spirit just kind of expanding out into the universe in every direction, right? And this is a sense of freedom. This is a sense of letting go. This is allowing ourselves to just go with the universe. Whatever happens, wherever our spirit takes us is okay. And this is that trusting Fool energy. This, you know, sometimes the Fool can be naive, right? Can maybe wander off with a stranger and get themselves into some trouble, wander off that cliff, you know, step on the tiger's tail. Wouldn't be good. In this case, because of the context that we're in right now, this is that letting go of that need for control or that need to alter the course of things, right? If these things are beyond your power to control, you have to accept that, let it go, be free. And this is that part of you, I think. This is that Fool energy that's going to manifest as the separate entity to bring you these tidings of love and support and nurturing and warmth, right? And that kind of support and inspiration and hope and faith. All right, so it is this Fool energy, which represents at the same time your deepest inner self, your higher self, and represents the one mind, the universal mind, right? The universe, the conscious universe as a whole, as a totality. So this is both you and it, right? And this is kind of surrendering to it. Surrendering to yourself, surrendering to the circumstances and letting things flow as they were meant to. Now, this does not mean that you should not do everything in your power to maintain your physical body, your physical life, your health, your well-being, right? It doesn't mean that you should not fight for health and wellness and stability, safety, security. No. This is more about an acceptance of our circumstances, but we're still going to do everything within our power to conquer this problem, issue, ailment, whatever it is that's going on. You've got to do everything in your power to conquer it. But at the same time, trusting in the universe, surrendering to the flow, right? To the Tao, to the great mind, to the universal harmony, and having that sense of freedom, of letting go, right? Because the next card that we see is a Prince of Wands. And this is in your relationship. This position is your relationship with this situation. So this isn't a passive card. This is not a card that just says, oh, woe is me, I guess this is it, and just curls up into a ball in the corner. No, this is a card that fights, that does everything they can with their last ounce of strength and energy to fight, to succeed, to win, to conquer, to achieve the health, wellness, safety, security, and stability, right? So this is not you giving up in relation to this situation, right? This is you actively doing everything you can till your last breath to conquer whatever is going on here. Now, I really hope it's not anything serious, okay? I really hope that either this reading is completely wrong and doesn't resonate with anyone, or that it's just literally not so serious, okay? But whatever the circumstances, whatever is going on here, you're going to do everything in your power. You're going to be actively trying to fix it. You're not going to give up. But at the same time, you're going to have a little bit of that sense of freedom, of letting go, of surrender, right? It's kind of that duality, those opposites, but they need to come together. Now, the next card that we see is this Eight of Cups. Now, this, I think, is literally your enjoyment of life, your quality of life that's kind of draining, right? These cups used to be full. The sky used to be blue and the sea's calm. But now everything is just dark and broken and draining and leaking. And I think that this was your quality of life, your enjoyment of life. And it is kind of draining from you. But this position is in the position of your fears, worries, and concerns. So I think that is kind of what you're worried about here. You're worried about losing the quality of life. You're worried about not being able to enjoy things anymore, right? And at the beginning, I told you about my transplant situation, right? Where at the time this was going on, I really did feel this Eight of Cups. I felt this tremendously. I was worried that I would never have another good day. That even my days were probably going to be short and I wouldn't enjoy them at all. I would have low quality of life, right? That's what I was worried about. I was worried about never feeling good again, never feeling good enough physically to enjoy anything around me, my friends, family, loved ones. The hobbies, passions that I was interested in, I felt like I would never enjoy anything again. So I understand if this is kind of what's going on with you as well, right? I really hope it's not. I hope this reading literally doesn't resonate with anyone. The next card, the projected outcome, this is the final card in the path of the Serpent here. This is the Devil card. This is that card that says you're going to dig so deep within you and tap into that infinite energy, that universal energy that's going to just allow you to never, literally never give up, right? It's that devil energy. I don't know how else to explain it in this situation, but the devil is rules the sign of Capricorn, right? Capricorn is an earth sign. And we said there was more earth in the reading. We started out with the 3 of discs, this earth. And then we're ending with the devil card, which is earth, but a different kind of earth, right? This is the earth that has that molten core, right? And this is you just finding that place within you, tapping into that infinite energy to conquer this situation and to renew your lust for life and to not let this 8 of Cups happen. No, this devil energy is going to just trample all over that 8 of Cups. And this is you really tapping in to that hidden part of you that has that kind of energy and passion and lust for life, right? And this is where we're headed. This is where all the energy, we started here with this situation that is really overwhelming every aspect of your being. Well, now your being is going to overwhelm every aspect of this situation, and you're going to tap into this devil energy, right? This is the projection. And I think it's going to be as a result of finding this inspiration, right? Finding this hope and faith, and you're going to tap into that infinite energy, right, to conquer this thing. Now let's take a look at this confirmation card. I'm really curious what this is going to reveal to us. We saw a lot of this, kind of what the situation was on the path of the dove. Then the path of the serpent was kind of how you're going to deal with it, how you're going to get through it, and what that's going to look like with that energy flowing in that direction, that devil energy. I think is amazing. But let's see what the confirmation card is. Well, Queen of Swords. So, since you are a Libra, and that is an air sign, this is an air card, Queen of Swords, I think this is, in some ways, you rising above this whole situation and seeing it for what it is, seeing it objectively, seeing it as maybe one small segment in your kind of infinite lifetimes, right? As just one small speck of dust in the entire infinite universe, right? This is like that bird's eye view, this objective look, this kind of detached, right? You're above all of this. You're above the physical, pain, perhaps. I hope not. You're above the physical. You're above the emotional turmoil. You're above even the mental, intellectual stress. You rise all above that, and you know what? You're probably doing it with that Fool energy. This is that expansive air that probably is lifting you out of this situation to see it objectively, to detach a little bit from what's going on and to understand. And that's part of the acceptance, I think. I think these two, I think this letting go, this freedom, this acceptance and surrender is really going to come by way of you taking a step back and looking at the situation. And then when you enter back into it, you're going to enter it with this devil energy. You're going to enter right into the core of your own being and have this kind of thing. And I'm not trying to get too mystical or too hocus pocus, but I really think that this situation, while it might be as serious as we see here on the path of the dove, I think it is kind of just what you are meant to be going through right now. And if you can control nothing else, you can control how you react, how you adapt, and how you maintain your sense of hope and faith and optimism and dignity in this situation, and really tap in to that infinite power source within and conquer this thing to the best of your ability. Surrender to the will of the universe, but also remember that as a manifested being, you have this instinct, this will to live, to survive, to conquer, right? And you have access to that infinite power source with this devil energy. Now, I don't want to keep repeating myself and going over all of these cards again. This reading is already getting a little bit, long in the tooth. So we're going to end it here, but we're going to look a little bit deeper in the extended version, which you can become a member of this channel by clicking on the link in the description box. And I encourage you to do that. It really supports the channel. Again, I hope this doesn't resonate with anyone out there, okay? This may have just been for me, the 10 years ago me. Anyway, thank you so much for letting me read for you today.